So for this project, you'll just need an old file, some paracord, a little epoxy, and an angle grinder. You'll also need a cutoff wheel, a grinding wheel, and a sanding wheel. Start by taking the file and placing it in an oven and cooking it at 400 degrees for an hour and a half to 2 hours. When it's finished, it should have a yellowish brown straw color to it. Start by using an angle grinder with a cutoff wheel to make some relief cuts into all the angles on the blade, and then you can go through and you can cut those reliefs out. Once you've done that, you can put the grinding wheel on the angle grinder and you can smooth out your cuts as best as you can. And then to finish it up, you're just going to want to put the sanding wheel on and just knock down any high spots and make it as smooth as possible. Next, you want to use some kind of basin. You're going to want to put just a little bit of water in it, and you're going to put the edge of the knife into the basin, and you're going to heat the spine of the knife up. What this is going to do is add a little bit more spring to the back portion of the knife while keeping the edge nice and hard. Once you've done that, you want to take your angle grinder and mount it into a vise, and you can use it like a solid grinding wheel. If you go into the grinder at an angle with the solid grinding wheel, it almost gives you a hollow grind. So depending on your angle, you can get a pretty nice grind on it. And then just clean it up with the sanding wheel, and it'll come out. The sanding wheel is a bit softer, so you'll get a bit of a convex edge to it, but it'll look a lot better. For this project, I decided to use blue paracord. You can use any kind of paracord. It doesn't even have to be paracord. You can use just about anything. For the style of handle I'm making in this video, any kind of cloth material will work because you're going to stabilize it with the epoxy. To finish off the ends, I just heated up a razor blade, cut it off, and I just melted the ends to the inside there. And with that finished up, the knife is ready to be epoxied. For the epoxy, you're going to want to make 2 puddles. They need to be pretty even with a hardener, and then the base material. Mix it up real good, and then you're going to add 15 to 20% denatured alcohol. This is going to really water down the mixture. It'll also increase the dry time, so if you're using 5-minute epoxy, it's going to take at least 8 hours for it to fully cure. Now, you don't want to apply it too quickly. You'll trap air underneath the paracord, so you want to just kind of drip it on and let it soak into the paracord completely and get down on the handle and everything. And then you can start really kind of gooping it on the top just to make sure that all the voids are full and that there's no big gaps underneath the handle. Otherwise, it'll delaminate over time. With that done, you can scrape off any extra or use the edge of the parchment paper to kind of wipe it off. You just want to make sure that you don't have any large portions of the material that'll drip as it's drying. So that looks pretty good. So for the sheath, I'm just using 80 schedule PVC. This is a piece of PVC that I had laying around in my shop. Once you get a piece cut that'll work for your sheath, you want to heat it up to about 350 degrees. Once it's been heated up, it'll behave very similar to Kydex. Kydex is a PVC-based plastic used for knife sheaths and gun holsters. So it's a fairly decent material to use for this knife. You want to give it about 5 to 10 minutes to cool down. Once it's cooled down, you can pull it out of your press or whatever you're using for a press. You want to just check the detail, make sure that you've got a nice form. If you don't, you can just heat it up and try again. Now what you want to do is trace out the design you want for the sheath. You just want to trace along the edge of where the knife is going to sit in there and give yourself enough room to glue it shut when it's done. Now this is optional, but if you want to, put it in a vise, sand down the edge, make it nice and smooth, so there's no sharp edges on the sheath. That's definitely what you want to do. If you're going to be carrying it around, or if you're going to use it as a boot knife, anything like that. If you just leave the edges sharp, if you put it in a thin bag, it could snag on the bag, or if you're wearing it on your belt, it's going to be pretty uncomfortable. Now if you do decide to clean up the edges, it doesn't hurt just to hit the edges with a little bit of sandpaper just to finish cleaning them up. Make sure you don't leave any burrs behind. Now this part is optional, but I didn't want any red letters from the PVC to be on the side of the sheath, so I decided to use some 220 grit sandpaper and sand those off. As you can see, files will get sharp. Nicholson files are generally considered to be W1 or 1095, which is outstanding blade steel. So it will be a reliable knife, great for hiking, backpacking, or any kind of EDC use.